Welcome to Chicago Arts. In this episode, we're visiting the wacky studio of animatronic hacker and kinetic sculptor Nick Black to see what makes him tick.
I always have like a library in my head or physically that I sort of start with. And I'm not really big, I don't really do, I'd call preconceived art. I've always been into, well, especially with like my paintings, into spontaneous stuff. So I think for me, my thing is always like, you start here and you finish here. But I don't really ever, maybe with the exception of some of my big kinetic things, I don't really have like a clear-cut plan. Right. I more have like, I'll start with the bathtub and add this guy and see what happens. Right. That's how my things kind of work. The dollar stores and the mom and pop weird. I really love, there are some still left. I don't really look online, although I know you can find tons of cool stuff online, but to me that doesn't have the thrill, the hunt, sort of, you know, where you drive around or drive to some weird neighborhood and go in you look at, wow, that looks like a cool dollar store that might have some cool stuff, and you go in there and maybe it's all crap, or maybe it's not. Maybe there's some little like head or an arm or something. That's what I do a lot too, is I just see one little element that I might like to incorporate on something, and if it's only $1 or something, I'll buy 2 or 3 of them at a dollar store or something. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times I've done that. I've gone to like a dollar store and I see, ooh, like the head on that thing's pretty cool, so I'll make an assemblage with, you know, like 20 heads or something. Well, I'm thinking about a space, like if I know I'm going to do something somewhere, even if it's like my friend's purse, I think about the space. That's one thing I'd say I carried from art school. You know, you think the sculpture is supposed to be about the space. I always try and do that. You know, maybe the toy things aren't so much that because they're individual things, but certainly those big kinetic things are. And I also done some other kind of sculptures where I kind of, you know, I'll go and see the space and go on a little adventure about the space inside my little head. You know, have some kind of fantasy about creating something in there. I do that. I would just say, like, in terms of my art, like this one guy in art school, he said, the artist is about defining the community. And my art has always been, I think, about operating with this little group of friends and being a part of a community. To me, that's really important.
For more information on Nick and to see more of his work, visit funnycannon.com. You can also find him on Flickr and Facebook. Nick will be joining Martin Jon on Chicago Arts live Monday, February 22nd at 7:30 p.m. on Ustream. All pertinent links can be found in the info section of this video. Thank you for watching Chicago Arts. Be sure to join us for our next episode and stay informed by subscribing to our channel. We want to hear what you think, so please take a moment to comment on our programming. Thank you again from Chicago Arts.
They did have in the news the hoarder guy that died when his pile of stuff collapsed upon him.
Was that recent?
I think I saw it a couple of years ago. They had in the paper. He got like buried under a mountain of his own.
His own junk.
Yeah.
Wow.
The milk crates up to the ceiling type guy. Not that I haven't ever been there.
Alright, gentlemen. McCain facts, take 1, and we are rolling.
Wait a minute. What is this McBain? I should have top billing.
Now listen, I'm the nominee of my party.
So was Michael Dukakis.
Right then. Okay, McCain facts. Take 2. Still rolling.
My plan to secure our nation's borders. 2 words. McBain.
Wait a minute. That is one word. I'm almost certain of it.
Take 3.
John McCain served his nation proudly as captive to a bunch of rice-eating gooks in Vietnam.
What?
And then take 4.
When McBain's lifting a dumbbell, he's not lifting a dumbbell. He's lifting himself.
This is true. Hey, wait. How can I be lifting myself and dumbbell at the same time? It is a paradox.
Still rolling, take 5.
John McCain wants to kill all the Muslims and nuke Iran.
Do not. Who wrote these lines?
It was I that did. If you are too weak to kill the Muslims, then maybe you are too old and frail to be president.
Who the hell do you think you are?
What kind of man stays a prisoner for 5 years? I would have killed my captors and escaped 5 minutes after I was taken.
I was a POW, you see. What makes you think you have the right to
This gives me the right.
I'm John McCain, and I did not approve this message.
I'm Rainier Wolfcastle, and this message is McBain approved. And if you don't like it, you will die.